Reported.
Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Sending out a lot of love. You already know what we're doing today. I'm getting the siege play up for y'all. Enjoy the gameplay. I'm starting to get my skill a little bit back. I'm gonna mesh together some clips right here, but honestly, the gameplay is gonna be worth it to watch. In this video, I may have something past 3 minutes. May put like a little, talking about life or something. So if you want that, keep watching. I'll try to put the best clips in the front, so it's like, when I go to talk, it's not like talking over the best clips. This dude's rambling. But other than that, I love you guys. Stay strong out there. It's wild out there in the West. All right, peace.
Alibi, come over here. You too, Capcan. You need to get heals. Alright, go get him, champ. Go get him, champ. Good job, boys. Good round. Capcan, can you get to... Oh, never mind. You died.
Target located.
Power shield on the ground. No shield placed.
Tango located.
Taking point.
Hey guys, welcome to that portion of the video where I just talk about everything. Let me see if my roommate's shower sound is in the background real quick. Hang on. No, we're actually solid. Need some water. Make sure when you first wake up, you drink as much water as you can in the morning, because it just flushes out the toxins out of your body. Now I'm just repeating what I've learned, but whatever. Anyways. Truly what I experienced is, that experience of waking up at 3 a.m. and needing that water bottle, that first wake up glugging down a water bottle. You guys know how that feels. But I'm just here to talk about, honestly, the craziness of everything, So I work an absolutely fun security job, right? And and I'm just thinking about everything. I'm thinking about how everything I literally thought of has came into fruition, and how this whole connection with spirit and just, there's something on my mind, right? Before I might do another video talking about just my everyday life, but in this video right here, I just really want to talk about this new age, it's not even new age, it's the title that people are giving it. New age spirituality is meant to be the devil worshiper and all this. And I need to tell y'all something. Y'all are being pulled into a war, a absolute non-existent war. The devil and the God, or the gods and the devils, are you. They're in your mind. You ever notice that, like, when you beat somebody up, right? And you feel completely justified of it, like everything, and there may be a whole crowd of people behind you that are like, yeah, you're justified and all that, and blah blah blah, but we have this belief that, you know, fighting is wrong, or some people, like, basically the whole i.e. bad example I'm giving right now, because I'm trying to just do it off the top of the head, is, don't you realize that it's all perspective? So how can something as infinite as a god or anything like that have a set of rules written down by fucking humans be the one end all be all on how you get into heaven? It's like, dude, they are bullshitting the fuck out of you. These people who are defending a god are praying to, like, a dead god. Like, Yahweh is an entity. Whatever other names they give are entities. They are talking about entities. And pretty much what I mean by that is, if you think of your mom or your grandma or whatever as, you know, gods, which I think you should, right? But, right, and they pass away, that energy you're giving to them keeps them alive. In the same way that people keep Yahweh alive, if Yahweh was even a person. If it wasn't a person at first, well, it's an entity that people are collectively crafting. Because I can let you know right now, I have visions. If you guys watch me, you know this. I'm going to always say it because it's fun for me to say. But I get visions of things that are about to happen in the, like, they could be 2 minutes, they could be a month from now, they could be 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. When it happens, that is nothing short but a divine power. And if I'm to think that it is the same Yahweh that all of you motherfuckers are talking about, then I definitely don't live all the way by Yahweh's principles or whatever the Bible's principles are. There's just no way. There's just no way. There's certain things, like, I question everything. I think first of all, of course, always, that religion is one of the biggest distractions. You guys have not experienced the things I've experienced with religion, and maybe you have. And some of this is hearsay, like, you know, I think I used the word wrong, but hearing, like, I've met girls who families were literally, like, in cult like religions, bruh. Never gonna name any names, but, like, cult like religions, bro, where talking about the boys and girls walking single file lines in our community, and y'all can't look at each other or you'll get excommunicated from the fucking family, and none of your family members can talk to you. And that's all for something that's supposed to be basically the same as Yahweh. And, you know, and all these people that say, like, celebrities are into devil worship and all that stuff, I wonder, right? I wonder what they say, like, the people who follow God are doing. Because even, like, you know, this funny thing I thought about, if there's so many different religions that all follow a god, and it's whatever god you believe in, doesn't that make the fact that multiple religions prove that there's multiple pantheons of gods, so that there is a pantheon of gods? Because I heard some dudes defend God so hard that they said pantheons of gods are fake, right? And that, like, that's supposed to be like devil worshiping or whatever. And, you know, and I like the Greek gods, right? And the reason is because, like, there's Hades. So is Hades the devil? Because Hades seems the most sane out of all the gods. It's just fucking crazy. It's like a whole bunch of hoopla. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you start to really think about things and you really start to, it doesn't take long. You start to use a little bit of common sense. You realize, okay, no, when this shit said we're made in his image, or, you know, there's people that stopped us in Walmart talking about their church, talking about how, like, you have to understand that you know, God, there's two entities, like, you know, made in his image, but there's also a her image too. That's why we manifest down here as male and female. And it's like, yeah, I mean, duh. Like, anybody thinking that this shit is just one thing is kind of slow. Like, and first of all, right, what's funny is, even when someone rides so hard for God, and then you ask them, well, what does God look like? Right? And then there's that whole image of, like, Jesus too, being, like, you know, pearly white, like flowing brown hair, or is it blonde? Like, bright image. And what's weird to me, right, is if you're someone growing up in it, and this is a old age fucking symbolism that we understand now that it's not true and things have been twisted, is like, bro, so what God are we all talking about here, bro? If there's one, what God are in morals and principles that we are living by, or if they're all one? What if I agree that not all humans should be treated equal? We're all one. We should live in harmony. We shouldn't let kids, like all the stuff that kids are getting exposed to, but maybe some days they should. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like, we got to make kids harder because they're getting softer nowadays. It's like, okay, so what if I believe in this stuff? And then what if I believe like, okay, what if, like, I just don't get these beliefs. Like, you see, it's so weird. It's like, you got one side. What if someone believes that RAPE should be judged, or the judgment on someone who RAPE someone is like death for that person? What if another person believes it's castration? And then what if another person believes they should let go free? What is actually right there? There's no one right answer. So it's just so weird when I see people try to fully defend a side where it's literally like, oh, my God and everything that follows in the Bible under us is all true, and it's this, and you got to follow this to get into heaven and all that. And it's like, I'm not knocking it. If you believe it, then it helps you, if you truly, fully believe it. But when you start crossing over that path where it starts making you judge other people for having different paths or different beliefs and all that, then I feel like you've lost the path. You've lost whatever righteous path is meant for you, because it's supposed to be your path of enlightenment. So you're not really supposed to give a fuck about what anybody else is doing. But I think when you get trapped in believing that, because the whole point, I think people are getting confused with the whole point is to get in heaven. No, I think the point is to make heaven on earth here, or you're going to continue to cycle. And there's a guy on YouTube, and he talks about how, like, there's industry plants are doing the conscious shit, and said like XXX Tentacion was a plant. But funny enough, he's saying the same thing that we're saying. I don't think there's any benefit or non-benefit for repeating this stuff. It's just like, at the end of the day, it's who's going to do the work. Because you can take in all this knowledge that's being thrown at you for anything, whether it be NASA, whatever the fuck, right? And you could just regurgitate that shit instead of actually learning and trying to apply it yourself. And I think if you can't, then you should not care. You should think about it. Maybe get with some people who are conscious in that, right? And they incarnated for that certain path of life that could actually run certain tests or experience certain things. And be close to that person, like, naturally, if that's who you're meant to incarnate with. But if it's not your life path, I don't think you should worry about it, because everything in nature connects. You can find lessons in everything, and everyone is going to arrive at the same path, because it's just meant to end up like that. And maybe, like, even saying that out loud to myself right now, that's another reason to never even, like the recent video I uploaded, that's another reason just not to ever try to lead anyone to water. Like, and out of pure love for their soul, not even try to force ideologies on them. It's sad because maybe it was funny, maybe it was his perspective, but one of my closest people in my circle commented on that video and said there was no empathy in this video. And funny enough, ready? My internet's off actually, so I can't do it. You know what? How about the god of Spectrum stop hitting my internet? But I'm gonna look this on my phone for y'all real quick, so I can show y'all this and what had me laugh about this is empathy. The definition of empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Right now, in the beginning of the video, I specifically prefaced the video with saying there is not going to be empathy in this video, but that's an example of people are literally experiencing and hearing their own thing of what they want to hear. I'm pretty sure if you go back in any of my videos, you could see that, like, some of the things that I probably said make me seem like a demon, some of them make me seem godly, but then at the end of the day, I try to say legit everything and give you my complete honesty, and I try to still look out for other people's feelings. And that's what I mean. If that's a moral I live by as my morals as to whatever God that I would be trying to please, then does that make my God any different from you? What if my God seems more devilish but isn't a devil? You see what I'm saying? It's just like there's things that are just so suspect with all of this shit and all this religion and all these symbols that people try to follow, and I'm just like, bro, make your own symbology. It's your own mind. Like, you guys are actually caught in the distraction of this shit, in the fighting and the arguing of it. It's like, bro, say you fucking died tomorrow after having a fucking rant and rave about if God was a woman or not tomorrow. You think when you go and meet that being, that shit, that motherfucker or that bitch, whatever you want to say, is going to be fucking laughing at your ass that you were wasting that time. Who cares? Like everything is done. That's why there's nothing new under the sun is very true. And this part I'm regurgitating, but also from my own research and actually finding it and watching so many other people discover this stuff, like John Levy. He's an example showing how all these advanced civilizations before us rose and fell, and I'm talking, they were more advanced than us, showing like underwater cell phones and shit. So it's like the same shit is happening. Why is everything repeating like this? And I think it's because people are not getting this one truth that, motherfucker, there's nothing new under the sun. That there's nothing new being discovered. It's all just being repeated over and over. Even my videos. And it annoys me that people get so hard into their religion and then they act morally superior than people. I feel like that's the bottom level of this shit. The bottom level is that they go, oh, I'm trying to get into heaven. You're not going to get there because you don't follow this. Then you don't follow God, dumbass. Like, straight up. And that's just where I stand on all this shit. It's utter bullshit. Anyways, much love, Moonlight, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.